Hello, everyone. This week's rental is the Chevy Spark. Probably the most economical ride vehicle that you can get at a rental car. Not too much in the styling department. Probably has small, tiny engine, 4-cylinder. Not great gas mileage, but not a lot of power. Styling is non-existent. Very practical car. Small trunk space. Back seat is pretty cramped. It's my driving position. Oh man. And yeah. Just hop on over. So, oh, it's very cramped. It is a very cramped car. So, a pro tip when renting a car, at least for enterprises, is that the two bottom tier rentals that you could have is intermediate and standard as the lowest. If you are trying to save on money, yes, standard, and you will get a economical car like this Chevy Spark. If you want to guarantee to be booked a mid-size vehicle, mid-size sedan, I would book for an intermediate. And if they do, if the representative at the rental car tries to give you a economical car, and you booked for an intermediate, yes, please tell them that you prefer a different car. Just a little bit of insight. So back to this little Chevy Spark. Very trimmed down, no bells and whistles. You do have a very practical cockpit dashboard, no frills. That's very basic. You have no armrest, but you do have a cup holder. You have your USB-C and USB-A and 5-volt cigarette lighter. Not very much space in the glove. On the side compartments is very little. You do have a nice infotainment screen. And you do have onboard OnStar. Not a lot of safety features on here. No lane detection or any of that sort. But ooh, that is something. I will have to say, for this small little car, the sound system is very nice. You could actually hear it has some bass to it. The dash has your tack, analog tack, and speedometer. Fuel gauge is digital, along with some menus that is right here that you could click and it will change different information. You have your Bluetooth connectivity and your cruise control on the steering column. Your lights is ironically over here, and the brightness, ABS, your standard automatic windows and locks, and yes, Android Auto, but it's the wired version, no wireless Android Auto. Your key fob is not keyless so you do have to put it in the ignition to start it up. Very standard AC system with kind of flimsy. So this is all about utility. Nothing too lavish or anything too lavish. Probably the closest thing is this infotainment system and the stereo system. Having said that, when you're driving in this small car, you have to be very careful and manage your speeds, because it will work to get up to speed. I had a hard time struggling to even enter the freeway, since there's no lane departure or any of those features. Then it doesn't have blind spots because it's such a small car, but no lane departures or anything like that. So you will have to be careful when changing lanes to look at over both shoulders. And since it's a small car, a lot of it doesn't have much road presence, and so that's something that you have to be careful of, especially if you're riding next to an 18-wheeler. I would probably steer clear when attempting to pass. I don't even know if this car can pass one. So let's take this on the road and let you hear the loud cabin noise and kind of how this car struggles. All right, apologies for the audio. I decided to switch to the phone's audio and microphone, so that way it could pick up the cabin noise. And as you can see, this car is very loud and you could hear the noise, the cabin noise. But this car, even though it lacks the power and the speed, it is very fuel economical. It takes about, I filled it up with like 3 gallons and it was already a half a tank. So that's a big plus if that's something that you're looking for in a car. All right, so final thoughts.
Head east towards South I-35 frontage.
Yeah. If you're looking for an economical car and you want the lowest if you're looking for the cheapest rental and not spend money on gas, then sure, the Chevy Spark will work for you. However, if you're wanting anything other than a Chevy or an economical car, I highly recommend that you rent the next an intermediate. At least for at Enterprise, intermediates will guarantee you a mid-size sedan. All right, hope you found this informative. Thanks for watching. See you next time.